All right, everybody, how y'all doing? And welcome back to Ron the Ron, episode 9. As y'all see the little thing there, are you ready for more of me? Because I'm ready to give you all of me and more. Now, there's been a lot of things going on in tech news. I'll give you a little bit of that. And, stuff that been going on with me here in, here out, the basic. Now, it's been a while since I came up with another episode because all last year I was under the weather. I had pneumonia, caught that, got rid of it. Been battling with this nasal infection. Not the kind of infection that's going to go ahead and give you meningitis, but the kind of infection that just build mucus up in your nose that you just constantly got to blow your nose. But big boy back, let's get right into slide topic number 1. Now, Microsoft is giving us PC users an option using Windows after the end of life. What they mean is that if you still want to use Windows 10, which frustrates me, and I do have the source for Gizmodo, and also from Verge, they also reported the issue as well too. That if you want to use Windows after the end of life, which the end of life is October 14, 2025. That means if you want to receive security updates for your system that's going to help you against malware and etc., which I think Microsoft Defender's garbage, anything. So if you still want to use Windows 10, it's going to cost you. How much is going to cost us? Well, let's find out. Alrighty. As you know, this from Gizmo, I'm going to go ahead on there. Still want to use Windows 10? Microsoft will charge hundreds of security updates. How much are those updates? Okay, now, like I said, October 14, 2025 is the end of Windows 10. What Microsoft has been doing is forcing users to use Windows 11. I tried Windows 11. I don't like it. I tried Windows 11. They had a lot of bug issues, but they're supposed to fix those bug issues. I start up. I ain't doing nothing like this. I probably browse the internet, and then I get the blue screen of death saying I have a PCIe lane issue problems. They fixed that later on. Now, here we go. And one thing about Microsoft is that they merge with Enterprise. So yes, Microsoft has to go ahead on to give Enterprise a couple of more operating systems because Microsoft is ready to move on with Windows 12. Why? All Windows users don't know. And I hope that y'all don't come out with it. Y'all should just make Windows 11 it. But since y'all signed that contract with Enterprise, y'all promised them under contract. And if you don't give it to them, you'll be breaching contract and they'll be suing you for millions of not producing a new operating system for users to use on their PCs. So yes, Windows 12 is on its way out sometime later on in Q4 or sometime next year. And we should all be on Windows 11. But a lot of us still use old hardware. Here we go. Microsoft will charge you $61 for the first year. After the first year, year 2, you'll be paying $122. Year 3, you'll be paying $244. And year 4, you'll be paying $488. So on. Just keep that in mind. Now, is it worth it? And this is one reason why a lot of us are switching to Ubuntu. Now, personally, myself, on my main rig, my 8010 rig, I might just go ahead and just switch to Linux Mint, or switch to Zorin, or I might just go ahead and push Ubuntu. Now, I tried Ubuntu when they first came out in the late 2000s, like 2006 to like 2007. Great distro, great operating system, no issues, no bugs, and if Linux has a new operating system coming out or any kind of update, it deletes the old one out and then reinstall the new one. So yes, you do not have to be sitting out here paying in the leg for any updates whatsoever. But this is what Microsoft wants to do. They want to charge us users if you still want to use Windows 10. This is what you have to do, but a lot of us, they use Windows XP for basic use. when I watched Paul Hardware when he updated his sister's system, she was rocking the Intel second gen. Still a beast. But what she probably didn't do is she ain't probably updated her system board drivers. So you can do that there with Drive Booster. Go to iOrbit, download that, etc., and keep your board drivers updated. But Paul said it was time for a new system. She loving it, she enjoying it, and she's on Windows 11. So to us Microsoft users, if you still want to use Windows 10, that's your option. First year, $61. Second year, $122. Third year, $244. Fourth year, $488, and so on and so on. That's how it goes with Microsoft. And Microsoft understand why we don't like them anymore. Because y'all guys paying more money for crappy operating systems. And since y'all linked in with Enterprise, nothing has not been better. So, moving to the next one. Alrighty. Now, every viewer wants to know, how is the Elsa RX 588GB GDDR5 2048 SP graphic card? Just like I said, I'm going to start calling it GPUs, which is graphic processing unit. I'm just going to go back to the old school style as what we're saying, it graphic card. Get your discrete graphic card to do what you want it to do. Now, keep in mind, if y'all know your hardware, GDDR5 came out in 2007. 2048, it was more of megabit per second. I'll be putting the link information in the description below. You can go to Tech Power website, read it, and understand the hardware. Y'all see, I pull up the sexy white. I have the sexy black version. Now, if you don't mind using this here, playing Fortnite, it will play Fortnite, and it is on PCIe 3.0. Some of y'all extreme gamers has moved to 4.0 and better hardware, such as the AM5 platform and the Z790 platform, pushing the 12th gen, 13th gen, and 14th gen Intel processors. And on the AM5, y'all are on PCIe Gen 4, which the motherboards on the Z790 as well as the AM5 push PCIe Gen 5, which you don't have them graphic cards out yet. So, if you old school like me, and yes, I said old school, baby, GDDR5 is still pushing in 2024. You just got to understand your hardware. Understand your motherboard. If you're still using DDR3 RAM, understand that. If you upgrade to DDR4, next series is DDR5. Everybody pushing DDR5 for the new hardware. But y'all keep in mind, a lot of us struggling to save up for new hardware because it's hard. Everything is going up but your paycheck. And everybody working hard to make that money. So, let me go ahead on and slide y'all right into it. Crank y'all under the hood. Show you what my baby's all about. Alright everybody, how y'all doing? I've been getting a lot of questions on YouTube, as always, about the GPU I'm using, which is the Elsa RX 580 GDDR5, not 6, GDDR5 2040 SP GPU. Now, also, when I did the video, everybody ragged the case here. This is the Storage Master. And if y'all don't pay attention to what y'all looking at, y'all see mad airflow. Now, the reason why I chose this case here is because, one, if you notice, you got your air hose. And if you see through the light, you see the GPU mounted vertically on them air hose. So, yes, I'm getting massive airflow. And if y'all want to know the tips of this GPU, when I'm playing my basic, simple, modern games, it don't go over 70 degrees Celsius. Sometimes I don't hardly break heat with this GPU. I could be probably playing like Sniper 3, and this GPU be sitting at 65 degrees Celsius. Easy. Easy. Now, some of y'all say, well, what are you on? As I'm on the 10th gen, Is I'm on the 11th gen? I'm on the 12th, 13, 14 gen? Hell no. I'm on the Intel i7 3770. That's right, y'all heard the word 3770. Third gen Intel for my gameplay. Notice I said my gameplay, not your gameplay, because my channel is not a copy of a copy. It's what I love to do with my system. Notice I said the keyword my system. So now let me just go ahead and crank the hood so y'all know. I'm gonna go ahead and spin it around. Now y'all notice the ports. If you get a RX 580 DDR5 2048 GPU. Let me correct. I'm gonna take the word GPU out. Graphic card, because this is what we used to call them back in the early 2000s. We used to call these graphic cards. So I'm sick to the word graphic card. The hell with the GPU nonsense that modern day PC users and PC gamers use. Your basic graphic card. Now, if you get your graphic card with a D sub, that is not the RX 580 GDDR5 2048. If you get anything with a D sub, y'all do y'all research on the graphic card, and then y'all understand what's the connector points are. You should have a HDMI and 2 display ports, or a DVI and 2 display ports, or a DVI display port HDMI. If you get a D sub on it, it's not the card. You're talking about a card that was way back in the early days, like the 2050 or the 150, etc. If we get any card that's within NVIDIA 2 with a D sub, a VGA port, if some of y'all newcomers don't know what that means, a VGA port, that's not the graphic card sold by the seller. Because 90% of these sellers now, they know how to remodicate these GPUs and lie to the consumers in buying it. So y'all fall for the game, y'all fall for the misadvertisement, y'all fall for everything. Basically, as you see, I got my Wi-Fi N600. This is by FeltSmart. Your basic, just your basic lookup. And then on the side, this is airflow. As you notice, I got all my hard drives back here, so that's good air in there. So I ain't got to worry about nothing. I got air coming in, air coming out, air coming in, air coming out. Now, some of y'all brought this case here. Pull out some so I can spin them. Some of y'all brought this case here with this front panel crack. Now, you cannot help that there, because even though a lot of our stuff comes from overseas and we use the United States Postal Service or DHL or FedEx as our deliverer, or United States Postal Service, your product will get damaged. A lot of people have brought glass cases damaged, all out glass case damaged. This is why a lot of y'all go ahead on and have a microscope where I can go ahead and pick up your components and look at it before you buy it, before you walk out to the store and get home, and it's your whole case is dented, cracked, damaged, whatever. But other than that, my baby looking mean and clean. Now y'all probably saying, well, we want to go under the hood, show us what's under, show us the inside of it. Of course, I will do that. There you go. Yes, y'all see that baby vertically mounted. All my drives though. This is one reason why I chose this case here, because I like internal hard drive. Now, back in the old school days, we had externals where you had those case drives set up on your desk. I still have them. I have them put up. But this is the baby, what she looks like. She looking nice and mean and clean. Yes, as y'all notice, I got those 140s blazing up front. Now, if you move the cages out the way, you could go a full length GPU, 400 millimeters as they say, but most GPUs now, let me correct that, most graphic cards now are about like 370, 380 tops. But like I said, Dual fans, dual card about 290 millimeters is all I can use for my graphic cards. I don't do the big boys because I hate them. I hate a lot of PCs now that y'all want to cover up everything. That's nonsense because I know there's a lot of cases are being neglected. A lot of PCs that's being built are being very neglected. Y'all game on it, and we talking about massive amount of dust. I mean, dust packed like about like 2-3 inches deep in the case. Dust on the fans. GPU looking raggedy fine. This is one reason why I'm gonna go ahead and specialize in PC cleaning. I'm gonna worry about putting all that together there. So once I get my LLC out and everything, I might move to a nice small town up north, not in Florida, because you got a lot of scammers and mediocres in Florida that don't know what the hell they doing. So excuse the French, which is true. But other than that, this is all. Post your comments in the section below what you think of my system. I know y'all gonna go ahead and rank it. Oh, it could have been better. You could have used a fractal case, could have used a Corsair, or you could have used a Leon Lee. Those names I mentioned, garbage. Because y'all made them so overpopulated. And then everybody kept buying them and buying them and buying them, which I've been watching a copy of a copy of a copy. It don't matter who's doing the video. You're using the same component somebody else used in previous videos to do your video, which makes PC building boring now. But this is my baby here. I'm happy with her. And yes, she's on the 3rd gen. Yes, she's on old hardware. I love using old hardware because it don't matter. It's new, it's old. I know how to use it for my needs. Notice I said the keyword, my needs. When we build our systems, it's for his or her needs, not everybody else's needs. So, y'all asking about her. This is what she looked. The car performed good. I got my gaming channel. Playing games off this here card here. I'll be putting my gaming channel link in the description below if y'all want to check it out. If you want to subscribe to my channel, please do so. It's just your basic, simple games. Arcade classics, RGP, role play games, you know, those type kind of games that I like to play, puzzle games, etc. Because the new latest games, I don't like them. They requires too much, and then when if a new game come out, the hardware you already built for is not compatible with it, so it's gonna be a lot of hiccups. As we know, there's a lot of game driver updates and stuff, just to fit the GPUs and the CPUs. So, other than that, yeah, she's holding up good. ARESGAME, great power supply. I mean, everything in here, I did my research on Elsa. You know, a lot of y'all buying these cars from other manufacturers, which selling them with a VGA sub on it. If you see a VGA sub, that is not the graphic card. You're getting an older model. Back in this card came out. GDDR5 memory came out in 2007. You know, we go to GDDR6 RAM. You go ahead and see the year that came out. But this here came out in 2007. AMD decided to bring out one of the old classics back on the market line. It's doing good overseas because that's where all our parts come from anyway. ASRock, ASUS, MSI, Gigabyte, all that come overseas where they got these sellers over in the U.S. to go ahead on and drop their hardware off and they can ship them out to their local retail stores. Other than that, she's good. My Zalman CPU cooler, which keep this puppy cool. My CPU don't crank heat. I'm talking about 60 degrees Celsius tops. When it's in non-idle mode, 35 to 45 degrees Celsius. Other than that, she's doing fine. And I had the thermaltake. I replaced it with my Rosewill fan back there. You know, I don't do thermaltake no more, so y'all know how that is. The reason why I don't do thermaltake no more because y'all heard the K-Slabs. Thermaltake stole their designs, patented their designs, and ran it off with it under their name. So once I found that out, from a content creator who's been using case labs and understanding their product and what happened to them, why they went out of business. That's why I stopped buying thermotake parts. Other than that, she's fine. So like I said, post your comments in the description below of what you think of my system. It's old school. I know y'all probably be rocking the 10th gen. Great case, great components. The 11th gen, same thing. If you're on the Z490, Z590, perfect. Now be upgraded to the big boys, the Z690s and Z790s, the 13th gen and 14th gen, and y'all on power hungry, highlight build massive. So other than that, I love my system here. And to the next question. Alrighty, next question. Will I ever going to build a custom water-cooled PC or using AIO? No. Y'all know how I feel about that. And with custom cooling, waste of money and waste of time. Now, if you're going to use custom water cooling, that is if you're building a presentational rig. If y'all been following my channel for long, I don't do presentational rigs. It's just a waste of money and a waste of time. Because one thing about me, I'm old school. And what I mean by old school, I grew up on these babies right here. Look at that, the old coolers back in late 90s, early 2000s. You know, just pop them on. These coolers that came with the CPU. If it didn't come with the CPU, then you had to buy your own cooling. Now this is cooling here is Rosewill. And I love this cooler by Rosewill. And this is a company brand here that I was rocking with early 2000. You know, 2 cores, 2 thread, 2 heat pipe. That's all it cool. 65 watts thermal design power. So if you're on a low power system that's not pushing a lot of heat like a 35 watt thermal design power or a CPU or 45 or 65 watt thermal design power CPU, this will work for it. Nice. And going from this, because this is all I used to use back in the old school days. And I still stick with it. Now, once I got used to using my towel, because I brought this in like a little after I moved here in like 2018, because of course I was still on low profile coolers, and this is one reason why I love low profiles, because they don't take as much, they ain't bulky, they don't take as much space, and if you need to get your hands around anything, you can still go ahead on and do that though. So yeah, like I said, with that Rosewill cooler, that was my first tower cooler, and I've been using Tower L cooler since then. Way back, and I started using. I brought that tower cooler, which I had to start paying attention to height because the case I was in, I had 2 fans on the door for more cooling to suck cooling in on the motherboard, because I had my AM2 motherboard, which had this baby here. Low profile, and I had a low profile cooler by Thermotake. Start getting into Thermotake a little bit like 2017, 2016. So then as I recently started getting on my channel, then I started hearing some disturbing news of Thermotake, but I'm not getting into that. When it comes to custom water cooling and AIOs, one, I don't like liquids around my computer. Even though I know how to install them, put the drain valve in, drain the loops, drain the tubes, drain the radiators, and all that is expensive. So you spending more money. Like me, I like to junk it if I'm tired of looking at it. So say for instance, if I did a custom water cooler, I'm using an AIO, I want to junk it within 6 months to a year, or within 2 years, I don't want to look at it no more. Cleaning it is simple and easy. It's gonna take all day with the water cool, the custom water cooler. You gotta make sure you get all that water out before you disassemble it, because you don't want nothing dripping on your motherboard. And if you get water dripping on your motherboard, you gotta go ahead and get your air blower and blow all that water off, and have your motherboard sitting overnight so the water could dry. So no, I will not be using custom water cools or AIOs anytime soon. All right, moving to the next one. Do I plan on upgrading my PCs anytime soon? Absolutely not. Now, if you've been following my channel, everything came out my pockets. Everything. from buying the AM2 motherboard that I had for so long, and I was rocking an AM2 motherboard a little in 2010, like towards the end of 2010, early 2011. That was the ASRock AM2 motherboard I had brought. Great motherboard, and I still have it as of today, and it's still pushing what I want to do in the bedroom when I watch my TV. That's the ASRock motherboard in the TV for my entertainment use only. Only watching Hulu, Netflix, etc. Nothing else. And I recently brought the MSI RX 250, no, the R7 250 GPU, 2 GB. Simple, basic. It reads 1080p format. Perfect for watching my YouTube, etc., etc. If I want to do light gaming. Notice I say the keyword light gaming. Not extreme gaming like Starfield, Battlefield, CS:GO 2 on old hardware, which a lot of which a lot of channels on YouTube likes to demoralize hardware and trying to compare it with new hardware. When you do that, that means you're not really tech savvy, because you should know better to do that. And once you demoralize hardware, that means you don't appreciate the PC world in general. Now, just like I said, everything came out my pocket. Building these systems, building my grandson's system, finding what system he wants to be on. Just for a 5-year-old, just wanted to play this little basic RGP games, little retro games here and there, and he joined it, and so am I. So when it comes down to upgrading, no. If I have to do it again, I love using old hardware. I could go with the AM3 platform, the Bulldozer FX, the 8000 series, 8 cores, 8 threads, or the 6000 series, 6 cores, 6 threads. I could just go 4 cores, 4 threads, which a lot of tech say you can't do nothing with 4 cores, 4 threads. That's a lie. You can, you just got to know what you're doing with it. Upgrading, no. I'm happy with my systems. I recently cleaned them out. I might be doing another cleaning video sometime next year, because I just cleaned all my systems out. So I blew all the dust off, etc., etc. Y'all know how I do my PC cleaning. I'll be putting the video description and the link in below to give y'all what I do. If you need your system upgrade, I'll give you a price list of how much you want to spend in your upgrades. And just to go ahead and keep people who still on old systems happy, instead of spending all this arm and a leg on hardware that we cannot afford no more, because everything is going up. And if you like buying used hardware like I do, you get that at a fraction of a cost. You're just hoping that the seller do not screw you in selling it, because that had brought a lot of old used hardware where when I went to update the BIOS was shot. So I will not be buying anything from gamers that over abuse the motherboard or destroys it, and trying to go ahead on and fix stuff for an easy sell. Upgrading, it's like I said, no. I love my hardware. I be putting PC part picker links in the description below. The only thing I upgraded was get off the ASRock A320 motherboard, the ASRock Prime A320MK. That motherboard was a pain in the ass, and I just got tired of it. I just got tired of resetting everything, getting the blue screen to death. Oh, you could go ahead and put Windows 11 on it. When I did that, it says it fixed the TPM header issue and the secure boot issue. It never did anything on that board. And one thing ASUS love to do is focus on performance instead of production. If you're a simple basic user, you don't need to be spending excess money on anything. All they have to do is just, when you build your system, you just worry about punctuality and how you're using it. Am I happy with my overall status as a content creator? That's a good question. As y'all see in the slide, this is what I use. I use my Motorola Power G 2021. I use my general webcam, but I might be upgrading that webcam pretty soon because I like to go ahead and have a privacy cover on it. And I'm trying to go into the 2K format because I just recently, like I said, went over my graphic card, the RX 580, 8 GB, GDDR5, 2040 SP. This is my little regular general camcorder. It's just for basic house use. It does the job for 1080p, but if you're trying to put it in for 2K, it's crap. I might be buying another camera, so I won't be using my phone. It all depends on me. And this is a badass mic, and this is what I'm using now. I stopped using the Cyber acoustic microphone due to the fact that they just gave up on me, and those are one of the ones I'm gonna reach out to for sponsorships. You know, I don't need any free hardware from anybody. If you send it out, I'm gonna go ahead and do it as a giveaway because I'm not changing anything. What I'm using is what I'm sticking with until I go ahead and retire from being a content creator. I may retire from it, or I may keep up with it just for fun. Um, you know, my supporters that I have were just 436 for now. I have a sports channel where I talk about the Dolphins. I'm a true diehard Dolphin, as well as my fantasy football as I make my road glory to my second title championship. And I have a small gaming channel. It's just your basic gaming channel. A lot of gaming channels that's out there now likes to go ahead and do commentary. I cannot stand commentary. That is highly annoying, and this is one reason why I do not pick up any gaming channel content creator. I don't subscribe to them because of the boring content. I can't sit down here and watch you play a video game for 3 hours plus. It just, to me, I could be watching a movie and be happy and go to sleep and get up the next morning and start my day off fresh. So being a content creator is fun. It is great. I enjoyed it, and I'm still enjoying it. You know, just like I said with my main channel, Welcome to Ron's World. Yeah, I'm at 436. So once I crank 500, that's a blessing. Just like I said, I'm not trying to get rich overnight because, just like I said, the way YouTube algorithm is, they're always constantly changing it to trying to compete with the ones who made the 100,000 threshold mark, which I think that is highly biased because nobody ain't watching their content like that. You may look at like me. I have 436 subscribers. I only get like maybe, if I'm talking about tech and if it's something interesting, somebody looking for a part they need to play their games, I may get over 1,000 views. But if I'm doing like vlogs, I should have 436 views automatically. Not 10, not 40, not 50. I should have 436 automatically. I don't get none of that. Only time I get that if I'm talking about tech, you know. And just like I said, when I go ahead and do my tech, I go ahead and shop for parts that's going to benefit me. And this is the key idea is y'all shop for stuff that makes sense to you. I don't like to build other people's systems. I don't, because it's biased. $6,000. What the hell I need a $6,000 PC for if I'm not doing filmography? And what I mean by film, that means you got a nice, good kiddie movie, 6 to 12 episodes, and you trying to go ahead and get Netflix or any other movie source to show that and pay you for doing that. Put you on a nice little small contract. So when it comes down to content creating, you need to think about what type of content you want to create and who's your audience. When buying PC hardware components, why do I overlook name brand? Because y'all made them too overrated. Now, with certain name brands is good, but you also gotta look at the price of it. A lot of people reach out to manufacturers, the sales representatives, and they send them out free hardware. If I was getting free hardware, that's great. I don't mind using Corsair, Leon Lee, Thermotake, etc. But when you sit down here and you buying that yourself, and you sit down here and you start doing the cost of the component. Now, the highest like PC cases. That's a good market. I love buying PC cases and case fans, CPU coolers, etc. When it comes down looking at the case, I basically stick on the budget. This is one reason why I overlook name brands like Corsair, Leon Lee, Fantech, Fractal. Now Fractal makes some good budget parts. They want their stuff to sell, not be sitting in the damn warehouse. If your stuff sitting in the warehouse, that means y'all got the price point. That means your marketing team came up with the wrong price point and is not moving as fast as they like it, because when they go ahead and send out their hardware to certain content creators who is that does sponsorships with them, that's okay. Not everybody wants to do sponsorship. They just want to go ahead on and reach out to the manufacturer, get free hardware, and then post it up on X and say, "Look, I brought this here. Oh, I ain't had to buy nothing. While y'all buying it, I know how to get it all for free, etc." So you get stuff like that. So when it comes to overlooking name brands, it's too overrated, too pricey, and it don't make sense. Now, just like I said, we got the new cases that sponsors the No Zero. And what I mean by No Zero, it means all the connectors are on the back of the motherboard. So yes. And I price those cases are going for 150 and up. All depends of the style and how deep that case sits. So when it comes down to overlooking name brands, I don't buy them because they too overpricey and it just don't fit what I want to do. Alrighty, that concludes everything right there. I want to thank y'all for watching Ron on Ron. I got episode 10 coming up. Stay tuned for that. If you like this video, hit the like button. It helps the video out a lot. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace, and enjoy your day.